Once my friend Haribo came to school, he said, my mum and dad took the Michael Rosen It was 12:30 and my brother and I were in transit to London with a huge stash of weapons, all kinds of guns and lovely little bombs. So we took these wonderful things on the bus. The bus conductor did not care because he was dead. Then I said, wait a minute, who's driving this thing? My brother said, let me do it. And I rushed to stop my brother. No, I said, you won't get us there in one piece. Surely not. Brian, you drive like a tomato with brain damage. So my brother said, you drive like a little bitch, so perhaps you could call Mum and Dad and tell them we'll be there by the turn of the century. Okay, yeah? Then I said, bullshit, I'm the fastest driver in the land. Now, shove up! And off we go. I'm driving, and all the time my brother is poking his gun out the window. And he's going, get out of the fucking way, you slimy little shitheads. There was a silver car in front of us, and its chauffeur began slowing down. And he looks at us, all fed up. Of course, my brother knows how to diffuse a tense situation. So there's my brother with his middle finger put up. And so the driver rolled down his window and started shouting, get off the fucking road, you morons. And I snarled back, go fuck yourself, motherfucker. And then I shoved my foot onto the pedal and the bus bangs against the side of the car, slam. And straight away, the silver car and its chauffeur slid off the road, right into a tree. Bang! I shouted out, you can't drive very well. And then we went to London Airport to see my mum and dad. Fantastic. When we got there, my brother and I rushed off the bus and we waited. Then, suddenly, it appeared. My mum and dad's car, the bright blue Go Mobile T300 with a machine gun on top. Rather nice. And Dad said, hello, boys. Mum said, did you have a good time road raging? So my brother said, it was great. Quite the spectacle indeed, I said. Good, Dad said. But best is yet to come. And he looked at our weapons. And he said, are you ready, kids? And me and my brother said, I, Captain. And Dad said, I can't hear you. I, Captain. And he said, oh, that's enough, says my mum cheerily. So Dad said, okay then, we're off. It's time to spill some blood. And then we start the mad dog stuff. Nice. We all poured into London Airport with a gun each. And there's my dad and he's going, hey everybody. Everyone in the airport looked round. My dad continued. Today it's cloudy with a chance of murder. Then my dad began shooting like mad. There's my mum, she's doing the same. And there's me and my brother doing quite the fucking same. There was blood all over the floor, and that's the way it goes down with the Rosens. It was then I noticed the man who came running towards me, squealing that he was going to end this, so we silenced him with 131 gunshots. And to state the obvious, he just fell over and died. And then we go on. You'd hear them going down behind you. Kaboom, kaboom. It was then my brother said to me, you see that bloke over there? Him, he just sits there. So I said, I'll make him notice. I put my gun right up close to his ear. And he said, that tickles. I shouted out, hear me. And this bloke turned to me and said, come on, kill me. And I said, yeah, no, that's right, I will. Then I pulled the trigger, bang. Would you believe it? The man had gone. Then I looked round. Suddenly, I could feel the blade of a knife against my neck. It was then I heard the man talking in this spooky voice from behind. And he said, what do they eat in hell? And I said, You can tell me when you get there. At that, I flipped the man over my shoulder and stabbed him. Trouble was, he punched me down really fast. And there's my dad and he's roaring, "Would you believe it, the little shit?" Mum and Dad and my brother were all crowding round. And while I got up, the man snarled back, "Right, who wants to go?" And there's my dad with his rifle, and without hesitation, he shot this man right between the eyes. Suddenly the man disappeared in a flash. Mum said, "What the fuck?" Dad said, "What's a fuckle?" And she said, "It's Dutch for to watch." Anyway, who was that? He asked. And I said, He did sound kind of familiar, but I can't quite place it. He had a mask on, I think. Yeah, so now that he's gone, why don't we just continue, says my brother. And so we did. Not long after, we went deeper into London Airport and shot up the place like mad. There was an awful yelling and crying. There was the noise of people keeling over and dying. There's Mr. Shronails. Hard luck, Shronails. Always knew you were a weak one. You've cunt bags. There's Dave Chappelle. So sad. I liked that one. Oh well. Oh no! There's Tomato. That's a shame. I thought I had already killed this one before. Oh shit. There's my friend Hans from Holland. That was a mistake. No more drug things for me. There's Copper Cap, the ginger. Finally, we got him. Or maybe it's his son. There's babysitter Melanie. She was probably 203 years old by now. She had a good run. And there's Lollipop Lord, husband to the late Lollipop lady. Then, suddenly, we all heard police sirens. Well, fuck. We all got up and ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. By the time we got to the exit, we were surrounded by the cops. It was then I noticed the cop watching me. And it was George Jr. And he said, "Finally, I've got you, Michael Rosen. Ha! All those bloody years I've hunted you, and now here you are. And there's also the Maniacal parents and the resurrected brother. What a catch!" George Jr. was trying very hard not to look proud. And he said, "Now, put your hands up in the air where I can see the murderers' rats. I go first." And there's my brother, he's doing the same. There's my mum, she's doing the same. But my dad, what does he do? He shoots George Jr.'s head off. At that, the police opened fire and began to take shots at us. Oh fuck! We all ran out the door and got away as fast as we could, shooting down police like crazy and looking for cover. There was an awful yelling and crying. There was the noise of gunshots, hundreds and hundreds of them. There we all were, taking shots at cops from behind a pair of huge containers. You'd hear them going down behind you. Kabang! Kabslam! "Is it working?" I said. And Mum said, "There's too many of them. Quick! Get out of here!" We all got up and ran towards this fence with our wire stuck in the top. Dad shouted out, "Right proper fuck shit. I'll have to break it down. God damn this." It was then I noticed my brother had gone. And I suddenly catch sight of my brother standing on one of the containers going mad. And he's shouting, "Come get me, you fucking bastards." Suddenly, he took this shit blaster out of his arse. Blimey. And he starts up shooting the cops. And all the time, my brother is laughing like a maniac. Ha ha! Ha! Die, you motherfuckers. Ha! Look at that. Meanwhile, my dad cut a great big hole in the fence, so we all ran through, and there were loads of planes. "I want that one over there," I said. My brother said, "Why don't we take one and get out of here?" There was the noise of helicopters. "Not a cloud in sight," says my dad cheerily. And he said, "Get shooting. I want explosions across that blue sky. Come on." Then my dad began shooting at the helicopters. And so me and my brother and my mum join in. And we're all going. Then we each took some bombs. Whoosh! They flew into the air, taking down police helicopters. Fantastic! Explosions were filling the sky above us. Meanwhile, we kept running towards this hangar. We all got inside as fast as we could. It was then I noticed the plane opposite. It was going right for the taking. Nice. We all poured into the plane. We all sat down and waited. Dad said, I'll pilot this thing. Mum said, I'm going to be your co-pilot. So he said, okay, fly time, so fly time. But first of all, it went out onto the runway. I shouted out, look, there's more police. 15 police. Some were coming in. Dad said, here goes. The aeroplane took off and flew into the air. Then Mum said, anyone want any afters? Dad said, I'll have a diving into the police truck pie. Dad's hand darted across the controls. Then the aeroplane took a little dive down onto the police, squashing it under the wheels. Then onto the second one. It was fucking crazy. And so it went on until all that was left was no police. They were all squashed. Hard like fucking beaches. Always knew you were useless. Then the aeroplane took off and flew into the air. Really great. Then suddenly we all heard a terrible noise. Slam! The plane got hit by a missile. Shit. Suddenly there was the noise of a dangerous siren. Dad said, fuck, we're crashing. Oh no, this is horrible. The aeroplane went down, diving into the forest. Oh no, big trouble. Here goes. When I woke up, I felt like crap. I was in a room made of bricks. It was a bit dark. It was then I noticed there was a man standing in front of me. It was the man with a mask from London Airport who disappeared. I tried to move, but my body was stuck to the chair, tied up with a rope. The man said to me, hello, Michael Rosen. I shouted out, free me, you fucking bum. Sorry, what did you say? He said. Then I said, get this roll off me. And he said, you see that prison cell over there? Your mum and dad and your brother aren't in there. You see, I kind of saved you lot from the police. Why? I said. And he said, of course I could still give them to the popo. You as well. So I shouted, no, let us go. And he said, what is it worth to you? And I said, what the fuck do you want from me? And then he asked, who am I? Then I said, I don't fucking know. Who are you? Then the man took his mask off, and it was Toenail Pizza. Then I said, I don't believe it, I really don't. Is that you, Toenail Pizza? And he said, yeah. And I said, I thought you died a long time ago. And he said, ha, all that demon stuff. I survived that, but that's long behind me. Then I said, so you're not working for someone, are you? And he said, not this time, no, just me. On my own, purely self-interest. Now, shh, I'm going to tell you the price of your freedom. 50 years ago, I helped your parents escape prison. We made a deal. I was going to get a bag of plums with some clit sauce, but I never got any of it. So now I want my promised plums with clit sauce. In exchange, I shall set you all free, no trouble at all. Do you understand? So I said, okay. Fair enough. And he took off the roll and made me stand up. Then we went to the prison cell. I shouted out, wake up, Mum, wake up, Dad, wake up, Brian, wake up, you mad dogs. They all got up and looked at us, all fed up. Dad said, only thing that happened was I got a rotten headache. Wait, would you believe it? Is that you, Toenail Pizza? And he said, yeah. Mum said, what the fuck? Toenail Pizza said, what's a fuckle? And she said, it's Dutch for to watch. Anyway, there's a reason you're here, isn't there? Said my dad. And Toenail Pizza said, yes, I want my promised bag of plums with some clit sauce. Do you remember? Dad said, yeah, no, that's a long time ago. I'm not in the position to do very much right now. Toenail Pizza took this gold rifle and he said, don't worry about it. I shall set you all free if you promise me my bag of plums with clit sauce. Dad said, I could kill you with me bare ball sack. At that, Toenail Pizza put up the rifle against my head. I put up my hands. I shouted out, just do it, Dad. I already made a deal. So my dad yelled out, fine, I shall give you a bag of plums with some clit sauce. Just let us go. Good, Toenail Pizza said. And he pulled the rifle away. Then Toenail Pizza began to open the prison cell, and everybody walked out through the little door made of iron bars. Dad said, Fair enough. Toenail. Peter, here is a bag of plums with some chocolate sauce. So my dad took these wonderful things and he gave them to Toenail Peter, who said, yes, plums, at last, chocolate sauce, at bloody last, 50 bloody years, he said. Oh, this is good. Oh, Michael, I know it's been like a decade, but any chance you could get me my balls back as well? And I said, I'm sorry, I don't think I can. And he said, figured, shame. Oh, well. Right, okay then, Rosen, you're free now. See you around. And he disappeared in a flash. And everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home. Mum said, did you have a good time, boys? And my brother said, it was fan-fucking-tastic. Dad said, it was absolutely lovely. And I said, yeah, we sure are one mad family. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. CaptainPlums.